Hi to you, everybody. Thank you for joining Zawi today. Those joining for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Cecilia, and today I'm going to be talking about um, getting older and finding a new me in the new phase of life, right? And when I say older, I just turned 60. And I understand it's a gradual process. I can't say last year I felt this way, now I'm feeling this way. No, it is a gradual process. And but at some point you're going to find yourself starting to see life from a different perspective, uh, starting to process things differently, and you name it. I need to say, I find that I appreciate life more than I used to, because I've seen a lot just getting to this age, ladies and gentlemen, if they are here, because this topic applies to both, right? I think I appreciate life. uh, I've grown up, gone to school, I've gone to colleges with people, and some of whom are no more. So it makes sense for me to really be in a position to appreciate life, and that also develops my spiritual side of me, right? I've always been a prayerful person. Um, I believe in God. I pray. I can't say every day, but yes, regularly. Like I could miss a day or two during the week, and I try to live a life that would be consistent with being Christian, right? So even my friends are more or less inclined towards being prayerful, and my lifestyle is just being a decent person. I don't want to be, I'm God, I'm this and this, and yet my behavior is exactly the opposite. Because now I really fully realize that life is a gift from God. So, yes, I have to honor Him in my lifestyle, in my encounters with His family, His people, the community, and family. I also find that I love myself more. Now I'm beginning to accept that this is me. I can't change who I am. Um, uh, I try to do the best for myself. If I can spoil myself, yes, I will. Whenever I afford to go out to spoil myself, I will. But I hate going out by myself. So sometimes I have friends, we decide to go out, but I wish we could go out more often than I'm doing. I'm going to have to learn to be able to go out on a date by myself, go out for dinner, order some food, sit down, eat, and come back home. That's something I'm yet to learn, but I truly, truly love myself. I accept myself the way I am, and whenever I can dress myself well, I will. I pamper myself sometimes before going to bed, just taking a warm bath and having some time to myself to just think and relax. And I always also believe that even your environment where you live, I think we have to make it the best it can be. It's not about being spending more than you can, but sometimes it's live the best way you can, right? If you have a house, let it be cleaned. If you want to eat food, cook it the best way you want, and try to eat healthy. Try to avoid certain foods. I'm beginning to cut on carbs, because maybe I figure they are not the best for my body type. Yeah, things like that. And also listening to advice from doctors about how to eat, your lifestyle. So living a more active lifestyle. I don't run, I don't jog, but I do go out on walks. I have some days when I feel low, some days when I really can't leave the house because my body has other issues. Like, I had some injuries some time back, and sometimes it's very bad, it's very hard. But whenever I'm feeling better, I do go out to walk. I do go out to sit in the park and just enjoy the weather, just enjoy the break, and enjoy nature too. I am very in love with nature. That's why I have been talking about gardening. When I go out, when I go for drives with friends, I would rather use back roads than the highways, because the highways are usually just concrete, but the back roads are full of trees, of nature, and you name it. So, that's about me. I find that I'm more set in my ways now. I think after years of experiences, I kind of know exactly how I want to live in my own space. Like, I live alone, right? So I'm more set in my ways. I'm more set on times that I want to eat, when I want to eat, and when people come. You know what? Let me say this. I'm the kind of person that would love to have company, as in friends and visitors and family. Oh, I love that. I love to talk. I'm a very friendly and sociable person, but I appreciate when people tell me ahead of time when they'll be visiting, because then I'm more prepared for them than just people showing up. But showing up does not make them a bad person. It's just I'm more prepared for them. I've had people tell me, oh, I'm coming after tomorrow, I'm coming. And then I'm fully prepared where they're going to sleep, the food I'm going to prepare for them, and everything else, right? So when somebody just shows up, it makes it a bit challenging, because living alone, sometimes even the kind of food I'm preparing myself may not be what any reasonable person would be preparing for a visitor. So if you let me know, sometimes there's need to go buy more groceries, sometimes there's need to go buy certain foods I probably may not have had. I've cut down on red meat because I have some beliefs about red meat and its association with cholesterol and you name it, right? So, but if I'm going to have visitors, I'm not going to force them on my diet. So I prefer to have them to tell me, so that I have things ready for them. And if it's not the best time for them to be visiting, if I didn't have enough to give or to offer, then I can suggest a different date, right? Another thing is I relate with people differently. Some friends, you talk for a day and they go back. Some friends, they want to stay over, or I go to them and I stay over. So when you mix different people, different friendships, it's hard to entertain different groups. So when people tell you ahead that they're gonna be coming, then well, I'm gonna have this person, so maybe why not, like, how about coming next weekend? Or because if I'm gonna have a sister, I'm gonna be talking about certain topics a friend may not find suitable for them. Likewise, if I'm having a friend, a sister would probably feel out of place when we start talking. So sometimes it's good for people when they inform and come when they have announced their visit. And I'm more open to learning new skills now. Not necessarily going back to school. I would hate to be sitting in front of a lecturer and no. I want to learn more skills in the house, like computer skills, not the advanced one, but the basic ones. I know I send messages, I receive emails. That's very, very basic. I think everybody can do that. But trust me, I have people I know much older than me. They can't even use or do basic computer skills, because they don't know. They have nobody to teach them. So these things I ask around from my friends' kids, from my friends, and now I'm able to upload a video on YouTube. Somebody my age will be like, how do you do it? And there's nothing wrong about learning. I read a lot about these things, about posting on YouTube. I read a lot about this and that. I go on Google. I try to figure out things myself. Sometimes I lock myself out of the system and I'm calling, but it's hard to learn. But if you're going to ignore it completely, I think much later in the future is going to be quite terrible if you can't communicate with family. I have people who are older than me. They are not comfortable using these cell phones. They still want the touch cell phones, because I understand when you get older, maybe with arthritis, and it might be difficult to swipe, but I think I would rather be getting used to it now, because as I get much older with these skills, I don't know, maybe my fingers will have or will be used to swiping the screen. Don't underestimate these guys. A lot of seniors don't find the cell phone user friendly. So don't shy away from the skills right now. It's good to keep them abreast so that you don't have problems in the future. And then on finances, guys, oof, I find when you get older, you don't have much time to be working. Probably what you already have is all you have, or all you're going to have. It would be good if you can have a few hours to go and work here and there to have some kind of supplementary income to, I don't know, your pension or whatever you have, if you do have it. Whilst we love to be helping sometimes family and loved ones and buying gifts, I think we really have to be modest and careful about it, because there won't be a lot of income or cash flow coming our way. So sometimes, honestly speaking, I feel like we have to learn to say no. As much as we want to be able to help, it may be good to say no when you can't, because if you fail to be in a position to support yourself financially, not many people are going to be able to help you. You find yourself on your own. So yes, when you buy gifts, don't go out overboard, try buy expensive gifts. I've been invited to a lot of places that I've turned down for financial reasons. I'm calculating how much it's gonna cost me to get there. If I'm gonna buy a gift, how much am I gonna buy and how much I'm going to spend. And if it feels like it's unreasonable, I'll turn down the offer, or I can just decide to buy the gift and send the gift and save myself the driving expenses if it's too far, right? Or if I'm using Uber, then of course I'm going to save a lot of money. So yeah, I think it's good for us to, because I think sometimes people are used to getting us to give some help here and there, but they don't realize we are also getting older, and if you've stopped working, the finances can't remain the same, so they can't understand it. And for people who are living abroad and they are of African origin or descent, sometimes families may need to be educated that when I'm not working, I don't have enough to spare for family, assistance. Whenever I can, then you can help. It's not going to be the same as when we were younger and being able to work more hours to help and stuff. It's a hard bone to chew, guys, but sometimes we need to be honest and a bit selfish in as far as finances are concerned. And I find that love is very important, like love for friends, love for family, love for colleagues. Spread love, don't spread hate. When I was younger, I would fight back when offended, right? Like not aggressively like that. Probably I would say, you can't say this to me, I don't like trying to express how but now getting older and figure sometimes certain battles are not worth fighting. Sometimes if you think certain people are toxic, learn to love them from a distance. For me, it's very easy to love people from a distance. You meet somewhere, talk, if they call, talk, but you don't get to visit because they are not that, maybe that close, or you want to keep them at a distance. It's very easy to do it that way, because keeping grudges at this age, I find it's not healthy. I don't wanna ever have a grudge with anybody. If there's a fallout between me and somebody, I would rather just love them from a distance, minimize my time with them, and that would be good. But also try to help in the community. If there's any functions, those that can volunteer are still nice. It gives you time to spend with others, to chat, for social engagements and things like that. I find there's community centers. Like here in Canada, we have community centers. They come with libraries, they come with gym rooms, they come with swimming pools. So just being a member, if you can afford, would be good, especially in the winter months. I think it'd be good to do that, because then you can leave the house to go to the community center for swimming, or for exercise, or just to be in the library to sit down and read a book. And you don't have to read a book just because in the library. You checking my computer, going there, even preparing my YouTube content. I could be sitting in the library, time and again. You find somebody your age, they go, oh, hi, how are you? You talk, and she tells you, oh, I have so many kids, and that's nice. Sometimes you become acquaintances every time, or they tell you they are in the library every Thursday and other days. So maybe you make that your plan too, and you talk. So yeah, I find being active is another requirement. Or like, I'm thinking more about how I can be more active than I used to before. So yeah, like walking, I said the other day, I was talking about, if I could play tennis, I would, but I don't want to fall and injure my back more. I know people at my age can still play tennis, but with my injuries, I can't. So, yeah, just walking, getting people to walk with, to encourage you, to hold you accountable, eating right, and yeah, spending money wisely on the right food, because life is becoming very expensive. At this age, I wouldn't want to go out there and live in a very expensive accommodation, something I can't afford. If I live alone, for me, a 1 bedroom is enough for me. But if I was already in a house, I probably would sell it to downsize, depending on the size of the house. Actually, I downsized it to live where I am right now. So I'm quite happy with my space. It's small. Maybe I can't accommodate a lot of people. But yeah, living small because I want to cut down on costs. Yeah, and I find traveling is really good, but living alone, I also don't want to travel. I don't like flying as much. Even I fly to Africa a few times here and there. I love being there because it's more social. There's more people around me, and I have company, like cousins, sisters, nieces who come to spend the day with me. I also do that gardening stuff, and I'm usually outside in the sun and getting my vitamin D. So yeah, but I would also want to be traveling to other countries, like to Jamaica, to the Caribbeans, but that's something you can't do alone. I may have to hook up with girlfriends if they are not working. That's the other thing. If you are not working and most of your friends are still going to work, that's a problem you're going to encounter. You want to travel on their work, or they only have a few days to be away and you want to be gone for a week or so. But I'm sure one day I'll be able to find some girlfriends who have a schedule that's going to be like mine, and we can travel. I also want to travel to Israel, guys. So for me to be able to travel, you have to watch my videos. Please subscribe on my videos. Please watch more. Please comment. Please share. So my plan is my first paycheck on YouTube, if I'm ever gonna get a paycheck, would be to fly to Israel for a mass. Otherwise, today, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for being here. Remember to subscribe and comment and share. Bye bye. See you next time.